Hello everyone. Today we are solving an example of DFA. The question is design DFA which should accept the string at least 3a over the input alphabet a comma b. Means if it receives a string it must contain at least 3a. 3 है होना ही चाहिए. Means for example, yes, this is accepted. A, it is also accepted. B, it is also accepted. B, it is also accepted because there are 3 A's. Means it should contain 3 or more than 3, not below 3. The question tells at least 3. That's why it can contain 3 or more than 3, not less than 3. For example, it all will get accepted, and the rejected examples are like A, B. It will get rejected because it contains only one A. B, A. It will also get rejected. So let's start solving. Our step 1 is a theory in which you have to define the DFA, its mathematical equation, and you have to write the one line descriptions of the mathematical equation, that what is Q, finite set of states, and that all. Step 2, logic. Okay, in logic we have to show input alphabet is A comma B. Since in DFA we don't get output, so we will not write the any output yes or no and that all. It will only give us the state at the last after solving any example. If it is final state, then we will accept, else reject. So in this, Q is a finite set of states. QS, it is the starting state. I say Q1 state with 1A. Q2 state with 2A's. Same Q3 state with 3A's. Okay, in this QS is our starting state. Since we require at least 3A, that's why we are taking Q3 as our final state. Okay, so our step 3 is of implementation. In DFA we have to make only state function table. Inputs A, B and the states. Before filling the table, let's start for the transition diagram. This will help us. Transition diagram. Okay, now see, QS is our starting state. I am giving the starting arrow. QS is our starting state. If QS receives A, it will go to Q1, means it is state with 1A. It will receive again an A. It will go to Q2, means Q2 is a state with 2A's. It will get an again an A, then it will go to Q3 of final state. Okay, now see, if this transition diagram gets an input of like a, it will go to q1 q2 then q3, our final state. It will accept, no issue. If it gets a, then first a, second a, third a, means we got 3s, at least 3s. If there are so many a's, means more than 3s, no issue. What we will do, we will make a transition here only, means if there are more than 3s, no problem. I make the loop here, means the transition on the same state, and I make here, means it will accept this also. Now we have to give the transitions for the another input symbol b. Now see, if starting only it will get b, make the transition on the same state. When q1 will receive b, same, make the transition of b on the same state. If q2 receives b, make transition on the same state q2, and if q3 receives b, make the transition on the same state q3. Now see, there can be any type of input like this, b a b a b a, or a b b a b. Means in the question it is said DFA will accept the strings. It must contain at least 3a in the different manner, separated manner, or in the continuous manner. It will accept both. That's why I make the transitions of b on the same states, on the respective states. Like see, b, for this example, b a b a b a, yes, q3 final state, it will accept. Now see, for this a b b a b, yes, it will accept. So this is our final transition diagram for the given DFA. Now we will fill the table. For qs, it receives a, it will go to q1, and it will receive b, it will in the same state. For q1 it will go to q2, and it will in the same state. Same, q2 receives a, it will go in the q3, and it will go in the, when q2 receives a, it will go in b, it will gain the same state. And q3 receives a, it will go in the same q3 and same q3. Since q3 is our final state, where q3 comes marked with the asterisk. Now what is our step 5? First, step 5 is to solve an example of exception and rejection. So let's take an example of QS B A B B A A. This must accept. Let's see, 1 2 3. Yes, there are 3 yes, it will accept. Means DFA must accept this. So let's start solving. When QS receives B, it will go to QS only, A B B A A. When QS receives A, it goes to Q1 B B A A, and Q1 receives B in the same state, Q1 B A A. Q1 receives A, it go to Q2 A A, and Q2 receives A, it goes to, when Q1 receives B, it is the same state. When Q1 receives A, it goes to Q2. When Q2 receives A, it goes to Q3. Since Q3 is our final state, means it is accepting this string. Now see, for example, an example of rejection, QS. See, QS B A B A B B. Let's take this an example. In this there are only 2A, means less than 3. That's why this string must be rejected by the DFA. So start solving. QS receives B is in a QS A B A B B. QS receives A, it goes to Q1 B A B B. Q1 receives B, it in the same state, A B B. Q1 receives A, it goes to Q2 B B. q to b, same q to b, it go to q2, means it is rejecting. This way you can solve this example.